Welcome to On the Radar. I am Paul Mireles.
And I'm Ryan Shoptaugh.
And I'm Roxie Van Ruiten.
All right, and over the last week, of course, we're going to break down the wildest videos from the last week. We're going to take you beyond the forecast. All right, so how is everybody doing?
Doing great. We're dealing with some crazy heat where we live, but the entire state, where we lived, Paul and Roxy, we're in Texas, and we're dealing with like triple-digit heat. So,
Right.
it's crazy.
But there are some places that are cooler. Right?
Yeah, like California,
I don't know
the
where those are
Northwest.
exactly. East Coast, I think, a little bit cooler. But anyway, where are we going first? Are we going to go strong or are we going to go a little weak?
Let's
right
go
off the bat?
strong, guys.
Okay.
We're going to start with a result of severe weather in Louisiana. Let's take a look at Keithville, Louisiana, not too far from Shreveport.
Right.
And again, severe weather is to blame. This is a massive oak tree that fell on a home with people inside. And you can see this nearly split the entire house in half. It's incredible.
I don't know if you saw that, but the trunk, did you see the whole base of that tree?
Was it massive?
Out of the ground.
Yeah. Well, that's my first question. Like, what kind of winds, what kind of weather pushes a tree and the trunk out of the ground like that?
It's got to take at least 60, 70 miles an hour, I would think.
Yeah.
But you know what? You look at this, though, and look at all the other trees. They didn't fall down.
Right.
Maybe this tree was a little weaker.
How strong do the winds need to be for the roof to fly off?
Oh, man, probably.
That's a good observation, too, Roxy. Notice how the roof, not a lot of damage to that roof.
Well, from what we can see, right?
You know what? Yeah, I don't know, insurance expert. You're exactly right.
Well,
from what I can see. but not to make light, but that would have been scary.
Yeah.
Did they make it out okay?
Yeah, so thankfully, no one was injured. But at the time of this event, people were just feet away from being crushed by this tree. Some people were inside the bathroom, from what reports are saying. But again, no one was injured. First responders say that multiple residents and pets were inside. But again, they're okay. This tree was massive, though. And as Paul mentioned, it's just like one tree, one or two trees, and every other tree is left unscathed.
Looks like that house is almost wearing a hairpiece.
It looks like a little island, like the water all around.
Right,
kind
right.
of.
All over the place.
Like a moat. Yeah.
Do you know what? That's Louisiana for you, right?
Right, yeah.
And a little rule of thumb, too, if it's got like an English name for the most part, like Keithville, it's probably northern Louisiana. If it's got a little French to it, it's probably southern Louisiana. I lived in Louisiana for about 5 years. But enough Louisiana for now, even though I love Louisiana. Let's go to Las Vegas. Let's take a trip to Vegas.
I love Vegas.
Yeah, who doesn't love Vegas? All right, flash flooding occurred in the suburbs of Las Vegas. Heavy rain led to some flash flooding. This happened on May 6th. And one of the residents said, I have never seen anything like this in the 20 years that I've lived in Vegas.
Wow.
That is hail. You know, I was looking, by the way,
Yeah.
2 inches of rain so far, and we're at the halfway mark in Vegas. They've only picked up 2 inches of rain.
Well,
And that's almost halfway through the year.
it's very desert-like in Vegas,
Well,
right?
yeah, it's very desert-like. Speaking of that, since one of us is from the desert, Roxy, El Paso, do you have any idea? El Paso has only picked up, guess. Just try to take a guess. So far, we're halfway almost through the year. El Paso, Texas, how much rain?
I'm going to guess 2 inches of rain.
You would think.
You're right.
Roxy, do you have
I
a
should
guess?
know this. Probably. I mean, no more than I think the most we had was like 9 inches.
Okay, no. So far
But-
this year, a half an inch.
Oh yeah. Yep.
That
that's
is-
El Paso.
That is amazing.
That's my home.
That is home. Okay, speaking
Rain
of...
is like the Super Bowl for us. So.
Right, rain is a Super Bowl. I could imagine there. But, okay, since you're from the desert, I did a little AI looking up. Okay, would you rather be called a desert dweller, dune, desert rose, or Sahara? I know which one you're going to pick.
Desert Rose.
Yes,
or
I knew right away. Can you think, Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah, desert rose. But it fits her.
Okay.
It fits her. Okay, but we'll continue to call you Roxy. All right, hey, let's go to Houston, Texas, the Houston, Texas area. Fresno, just south of Houston. This happened on May 5th. Check this out. Hailstones. These are bigger hailstones. These are pretty huge. They were about the size of a quarter raining down there in the Houston
wow, that's
area.
incredible.
That is just crazy.
Right? Look at that. I mean, that's big for Houston. Houston gets hail from time to time, but that's a lot of hail. And that's pretty big
Whoa.
hailstones.
I think it's so visual when obviously trees are involved and you see everything falling from rain to hail to the tree leaves and a lot of damage, I imagine, in Houston from this.
You know what you don't like after that? Is having to pick up all those leaves.
Right. Yeah. As a homeowner, Paul, you don't like that.
You can tell.
Yeah.
I'm like, I do not want to pick up
I
all
wouldn't
those
know that.
leaves.
Not a homeowner.
Roxy's like, I rent.
Roxy's like, I don't care.
Yeah, that's some major hail in
That's
Houston,
a major
Southeast Texas.
there
Yeah.
in Houston. All right. Roxy, what do you got? You got some cool
right.
video as well, right?
Yeah, we're going to Denver, Colorado. So this is last Wednesday. So
Okay.
this is the traffic cameras from the Department of Transportation. Check out this video.
Wow.
Storms moving in the area and got more than an inch of rain and even delayed at the international airport. What do y'all do when it gets delayed?
You know, when there's
I go
when
eat.
there's a
I go
flight
eat.
delay?
That's for sure. When
When there's a flight delay?
Oh yeah.
What do you do?
You
I
just
mean,
stare out
if
the
I'm in the
window?
airport, like
Yeah.
I'm going to a restaurant, I'm getting something to eat. I mean, that's the best part
Yeah,
about
he's
being
very big back.
You know, I don't know. I'm just get hungry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Is that me? Is that just me?
No.
Okay. I mean, what else are you gonna do?
You're
Get on your
leaving
I
out
laptop?
covered a story for Restaurant Week, and he took all the food.
Oh,
Anyways,
I took
they're
a couple
just-
pieces of food. Yeah, that's for
A
sure.
couple of pieces.
I did.
Yeah, you know what? Food and maybe a good drink.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Pass a little time, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I wanted to mention, I know this is kind of off topic. Well, not really. But, Denver, Colorado sees a lot of different kinds of weather too, guys. I mean, you have the Rocky Mountains.
Right.
That helps it spin up areas of low pressure, and that drives in not just rain and severe weather, but also snowfall. I mean,
Yeah.
Colorado is a very different state when it comes to weather patterns.
Oh, it can change. It can change really quickly. Matter of fact, I planned a trip to Colorado one time, but you know what? We'll hear about that later. I think
Okay. Here on the radar. We don't want to go too far.
Crazy.
we don't want to
Or
stray too
what?
far. Okay, so what is this, Roxy?
All right. This is Monroe, Pennsylvania, just east of Pittsburgh. So
Okay.
the storms moved in late April. Roofs were damaged. Strong winds strong trees fell on cars, and 400,000 people are without power.
That's the worst. That's the worst part
Yeah.
about
That is-
storms, guys. I mean, we can deal with heavy rain, hail, but when power goes out, that's a problem.
Yeah, I think am I mistaken? But that's Pittsburgh right there. That's what we're talking about, Pittsburgh.
Right.
A couple of rivers come together there in Pittsburgh. Is it the stadium? Is it Cincinnati or Pittsburgh
haven't
where
seen
they've
this
got Three
footage.
Rivers Stadium? Do you remember, Ryan?
I do not.
Roxy, you remember? No.
No.
Anyway, there's somebody plays in a football stadium over there. It's Three Rivers. I know that. I think it is Pittsburgh, I believe.
Yeah.
But anyway, hey, they're having a big golf tournament there. The U.S. Open's coming up in June.
Are you guys golf guys?
I love golf.
Paul is. I'm
Really?
sure. I'm getting there.
Really?
Yeah, it's
All right.
it's definitely.
Yeah, no, I love golf. I mean, I could never break like 87.
And you go
but-
golfing? I can't see you golfing for some
Who,
reason.
me?
Yeah.
Why not?
There's nothing wrong with golfing.
That's
I mean,
cool. All right, teach me,
I know.
guys.
I've got these arms, but they can swing, you know? Hey, but have you ever been, Roxy?
Low key flex.
You can't see. Look at this arm. You can't see that one either.
What about
Point to the lights, Paul.
little bum?
Point to the lights. Point to
Right,
the
right.
lights.
I don't want to overpower.
Right,
you know,
right.
okay.
All right,
Right.
guys.
Okay,
So,
let's go.
well, weather continues here on the radar, and we're going international. This is a tease, and we have some hail and some inclement weather in France.
Woo, look at that wind picking up.
Coming up on the radar after this, we'll talk more about this severe weather event.
All right, welcome back to On the Radar. We teased that we're going international, so what are we going to do? We're going to go to Oklahoma. Hold on a minute. We will go international.
Give
in
it time.
Just a little bit.
We'll get
Give it
there.
time.
There's a lot of space between.
Right,
there.
we got
Yeah.
a lot. We got a lot of time. We're going down that road, and everything's going to be okay. All right. Well, speaking of that, it was not okay. The first place we're going to take you is Oklahoma. Watch what happened here. Now, this comes out of Macomb, Oklahoma, which
my
is southeast of Oklahoma City. Okay, authorities in Pottawatomie County. You can hurt yourself with that county. Deputies attempted to rescue this person, but became stuck in the rescue itself. Okay, the fire department used a rescue boat to pull the deputy out of the water. I mean, all kinds of issues there. One thing that's really interesting is, of course, the Red Rivers between Texas and Oklahoma. Here's one of the reasons.
That's true.
I mean,
Yeah.
look at how red the water is there. But it just goes to show how dangerous flooding can be. It's a serious thing. Turn around, don't drown. This was an awful situation there in Macomb.
Is
What
this
do you think?
is this near a body of water? Because you mentioned the Red River.
It's southeast of Oklahoma City. It's
Right.
not. I don't think it's really near a body of water. I think they just picked up so much rain,
Right.
that it caused just a total mess. I mean, look at the road. There's only a little. That's terrible. Because I tell you what, if you get swiped off the road or swept off the road,
Right.
That current. Look how fast the current is.
Yeah, and that's what's so scary about flooding and moving waters. That's why we always emphasize turn around, don't drown. When in doubt, find another route, because things like this can happen. You can get stranded, and then, I mean, in the worst case scenario, you can get hurt, you know?
Yeah, so be careful out there if you're ever in that kind of situation. Okay, Macomb, Oklahoma, right? Have you guys, I'm going to take a guess that y'all have never been there.
No, I'm not.
Okay, now stay with me here. The population of Macomb is 23. That was in 2020.
Wow. Really?
Okay?
23?
23.
It's probably
You're
gone
lying.
up. It's probably gone up a
What?
little bit.
Look at the shock. Roxy's just in shock. Okay, the population in 1920 was 281. So I guess it'd be safe to guess that in the year 2120, it'll just be a couple.
Yeah, right. It'd just be 2 or 3 people.
2 or 3 people, I
Based
guess.
on this trend.
Yeah,
One family and all
Yeah.
the cousins.
yeah. Would you live out in the country, Roxy, by the way?
I'm a city girl.
I'm a city girl,
think
yeah.
so, yeah.
I agree. I kind of like, I'm in between. Kind of like a city country guy.
When you say out in the country, though, you mean like central, rural Oklahoma?
I'm
or?
talking like out in the country where it takes you like half an hour just to get to the grocery store.
Right.
You're like milking your or
You milking your cows, right?
milking
Now, I don't
your
know about
bread.
milking
You're making
cows and all
fresh
that.
bread every day, like that kind of.
You know, that kind of country.
Yeah.
I think, you know, the older I get, the more I'd want to do that. Okay. Well, we're going to stay in Oklahoma. We're going to be in Barnesdale, Oklahoma, Barnsdall, Oklahoma, and that's north of Tulsa. Okay. Check this out. All right. This is Lake Waxahoma. They put a patch in the dam in 2021. Now, if you got to patch your dam, there's some
Something's
problems
wrong.
right there.
Yeah,
Something's wrong.
that's scary.
But if you notice what's happening, the water, instead of going over the spillway, they've got those spillways there, of course, because so that way the lake doesn't like overflow everything and it goes down the spillway. That way it doesn't like break the dam. Okay. Anyway, you can see what's happening. This water's going kind of behind the dam, behind the spillway, which is really a bad situation, really bad there. So,
Well, my question is that just straight up erosion? Like, did something happen to that rock formation that's helping some of that water seep in? I mean, I guess
don't
that can't
know.
happen. If not weather related, but that's incredible if it's seeking through like that.
I don't know, but that's a dangerous deal. I mean, if you got swept behind that, that would be bad.
Well, imagine if there's any residential properties and neighborhoods ahead of that. That can cause flood. I mean,
Okay, it's serious. A matter of fact, Avant Public Schools announced early dismissal for students and said they may have to cancel classes. Okay, so this was on April 30th. I don't know what's happened since, but I will tell you this: the Barnsdall mayor, he said that the flooding. He warned people of the flooding and said, "Hey, we need to have a permanent fix." But guess what? They don't have the time or the money to fix it.
Yeah, and that's going to take months. And a long time to fix. So that's a big problem.
It's a big problem.
We're going to stay in Oklahoma, in Lawton, Oklahoma. Let's go southwest, guys.
Southwest Oklahoma.
And you guys know Oklahoma, again, we talked about Louisiana. Oklahoma is also an active area for weather. And take a look at this. The Lawton Police and Fire Departments responded to a vehicle that was found flipped. And you saw some of that right there. Over in Wolf Creek on Sunday afternoon.
Another serious situation, by the way.
Gosh. I mean, that's just a testament on how fast and how powerful moving water can be, right? That's why we say, don't go through moving water. Most of the time, it's not a problem, but that's worst case scenario.
That is.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt about it.
Well, as flood
Look at
waters
that- look at that
receded.
car. Hold on, Ryan.
What's up?
Take a look at the car.
Oh, my gosh.
What happened if that happened to your truck? You'd be devastated.
Yeah, seriously, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, as floodwaters receded, somebody noticed a car flipped upside down in the creek, which you saw, but apparently no one was inside the vehicle, which is interesting. While there, fire crews recovered a capsized boat that was lost in a previous storm.
Yeah, the Lawton Fire Department. I think that was their boat that they had lost previously.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot going on there in Lawton, Oklahoma.
A lot going on in Oklahoma in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's spring. I mean, they're going to have a lot going on in Oklahoma.
Yeah, from heavy rain to hail to our next story, lightning. Now, let me ask you guys a question. How hot do you think lightning gets?
Isn't it like 50,000 degrees?
Yeah, it's like 50 to 60.
Roxy knew
Got it
that,
right
by the
on
way.
top.
Well, Paul just knows, But
I'm like
this-
one of those old owls in a tree. I just kind of know.
knows. But this is a result, guys. When lightning strikes, it is so hot, so it causes things to implode, Paul. Right?
Explode.
Explode. Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, explode. And you can see right there, bam. And then that part of the house directly, immediately on fire.
That would be scary.
Yeah.
Can I tell y'all a little story?
Go for it.
Sure.
It was one January. I think it was like a year or two ago. And it usually don't have a whole lot of thunderstorms. But anyway, it was January. Lightning I saw the light right before the thunder. I mean, it was almost instantaneous. Really loud. About 70, 75 yards down from the house, a poor neighbor of mine got struck by lightning. They were out of their house for a whole year. It was terrible. So
Their house got struck. He didn't get struck.
no,
by
he didn't get
lightning.
struck. The house got struck. Yes, and it caused a fire. And yeah,
You ever think like, what are the chances of you getting struck by lightning? It's like
seen
1 in a million.
Videos
billion.
No, I don't think- I
pictures
think it's
of
less than that.
Is it true, like when you get hit by lightning? Have you seen those tattoos? Well, not tattoos, but they look like tattoos. Like you get
a
this
henna?
permanent like scar.
Right.
Right. Is that really a thing?
I don't know.
I don't know, but
I've
that-
heard it knocks your shoes off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It'll bounce you into the sky. Right.
But
yeah.
you
Well,
survive. You can survive.
that's crazy. But speaking of lightning, with
Yeah.
more lightning video, guys, we have this in North Carolina. This was on May 2nd, and watch this. There we go. Now, this was repaired in a matter of hours, thankfully, but that's another, concern with lightning and heavy rain and severe weather, guys. It can knock out power, and power outages are a problem.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, there's nothing worse than when your power goes out. Right?
No, it's not good at
You got to
all.
bring out the candles. And
Yeah, go old school,
I think candles probably more like a flashlight.
Right. Well, both would suffice.
Right. Both
But-
will work.
But again, yeah, lightning can be up to 50,000 degrees. That is incredible video from North Carolina.
Yeah. Do you not have any candles?
I do. No, absolutely. We're candle people
All
at my
right.
house for
well,
sure.
you made me feel like it.
Well, did I?
I was
I'm
going
sorry.
back caveman style. I mean, that's the first thing I think of.
Okay,
light
I
candles.
said old school, not caveman. so,
Caveman. How about you, Roxie? I bet you've got some candles.
I've got lots of candles.
Yeah.
Every color, every size.
Every color. Okay, now
it's time.
Now it's time
To go.
The time that we were talking about.
International.
What are we doing?
We're going international.
We're
Paul.
going overseas.
Okay.
Yes. To a really cool place, Versailles.
Oh.
I love Versailles ever since I saw the movie Marie Antoinette. But this
I was
is-
going to say, has she been to Versailles? Like, does she have,
I don't
does
know
she have
if she said
experience
very well.
going?
pictures and videos. It looks great. But this is southwest of Paris, and look at that. All the tourists were hit by strong winds, and this was on May 3rd. So,
wow.
And then hail as well.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those videos that if we hang on, it's going to get more intense.
It's going to get.
Whoa.
And I was
worse.
right. Look at this.
Well, if people are running to indoors,
At
then
least
it's,
it's a pretty location.
yeah.
It is. I think this has something to do with World War II, like the Palace of Versailles. I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm using. I don't know. I think.
Some more tidbits.
But here we go. See, I told
Let-
you. The
let them
longer
eat
we
cake.
stay with this,
Yeah, look
them
at the
eat
heavy
cake.
rain.
the more intense. I bet you there's even hail.
No, that looks like hail.
Yeah, I'm telling you. This is one of those videos you just stay with it and it gets more and more intense.
Yeah, that's pea-sized hell right there.
Of course, we do have, we can't stay with it for forever.
Can't.
Hey, Roxy.
All right, we've got record-breaking temperatures. This is in London, May 1st.
Oh, okay.
So 82 degrees.
82 record breaking?
That's
That's
it.
right.
That's it?
That's a mild day. Well, sorry. No, I'm right.
regular
In
day for
London,
us.
it's probably not a mild day.
That's
because-
exactly what I was
No,
thinking.
that's my fault. I'm bringing that back.
I mean,
But they
it
look
was
like these-
officially the warmest start to the month of May on record in the UK. That's crazy.
Well, it's because London's by the water, so it's regulated by the ocean temperature, and 80s is probably very warm.
Okay,
for
now
me.
you got to look at
Ice
this guy.
cream?
Look at this
Yes.
guy's ice cream.
Yes.
Look at his ice cream. I don't know if I've ever
He's
seen
like-
ice cream shaped like that. Is he shaping that, or was
He's
it shaped
enjoying
like
that.
that?
No, I think he just.
I think
bought,
he's licking
he
so
just,
hard
he
that
just
he's
bought
shaping
it.
that ice cream.
He just bought it.
It's no longer a
Like,
circle.
this is the
It's
only
like
time
an
I can eat
oval.
ice cream.
Yeah, that's.
I guess they got different ice cream in London.
I don't know. I've never seen ice cream like
I got to
that.
make it over there one day.
But I guarantee that lady's saying this is ridiculous. It's in the 80s. It's so hot.
I'm going to
Gosh.
get sunburned.
Right.
Right.
It's a
Yeah.
scorching.
I mean, you know what? We shouldn't make fun, really. I mean, that's London. They're not used to it. It's hot.
Yeah, 80s for.
But I did see somebody with a New England Patriots jersey.
How would they survive like a week in Texas, though?
I
Would
mean,
they
a week
would they
in the
survive
South, man. I mean, when we hit the triple digits, that's next level. But for them, that'd be way too
So,
hot.
Roxy, you said would they survive here?
Right.
And yeah, I don't know if they're suffering at 82. I don't know.
Yeah, wait
But-
till 102.
Yeah, right. Yeah, how about 102? Okay. Now you got to see this. Now we've got something we're going to show you, and you've got to stay tuned for this. This is incredible what they're doing. This is what they call the bug machine.
Okay.
And you notice how they have the little X out on the mosquito?
Yeah.
What are they doing? They're doing some innovative stuff. But you got to find out what they're doing. We're going to show you when we come back. Whoa, look at that. All right, welcome to On the Radar. Welcome back. Okay, I know everybody wants to see that scary mosquito outfit, but before, okay, this is in St. Paul, Minnesota. For 10, what is the twin of St. Paul?
Roxie knows.
Roxie.
Minnesota. Or Minneapolis,
There
Mississippi.
you go.
Wait, it's in there. It's in there. It's in there.
Minneapolis.
Yeah.
You know, when I was a
There you
little
go.
kid, I always wondered, Roxie, I always wondered why they had a TC. As a kid, I could never figure out why. It's the twins.
Twin Cities.
Just a T.
Right.
Twin Cities in Minneapolis. By the way, St. Paul is my favorite city.
It
Well,
was named after you, Paul.
Because it's named after me.
It's not,
I
but
wonder
all
if
right.
there's ever a town named Roxie. I don't know.
There is.
All right, at St. Paul, Minnesota, that's where we're going. They're ready to fight summer's biggest pest. Of course, nobody likes mosquitoes. A poor mosquito. Nobody loves mosquitoes. The city is using a drone and a chopper to help get rid of mosquitoes and ticks. So I wonder exactly. I don't think the video is going to show us exactly how they're going to do that, but it's hideous, by the way.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know that is one.
Ticks freak me out.
Yeah, right. Ticks and yeah, it's just
And
horrible.
mosquitoes love my blood.
Do you get
is
bit a
that
lot?
true?
I have
Is
a
that
certain
true?
blood type. Yeah.
Ah, gotcha.
Like,
There was research done, and they love
Royalty
Roxy's
blood,
blood
you know?
type. Yeah.
Oh, they don't like mine. I don't have a problem.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. How about you?
Well, now I was gonna say there was a helicopter, and do you really need helicopters?
They must have a problem.
air patrol to take out mosquitoes. Is
Must be
that
really
much of a
bad.
problem? You know, it's just
It must be there in Minnesota. And this is one of those videos I think will probably get grosser as we go through it. Do you see where it go? So, but anyway, they got a big problem there with mosquitoes in St. Paul, Minnesota.
All right, our next weather video comes in from Texas, and this is something that happens a lot in West Texas and
Yep.
sometimes in North Texas, where the ground's more flat, Paul and Roxy. You have drier air, lower humidity, and from what I understand, Paul, with dust devils, it's a result of the uneven heating of the ground, and that kind of helps winds start to rotate counterclockwise. And when you have dust in West Texas from El Paso to Lubbock to Amarillo, this is what happens.
This
my
is like,
entire childhood.
yeah, right.
Every day.
You know what, Roxy? You're used to seeing those, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Out in West Texas, man, it's like a daily occurrence almost. And so you see those things spinning up. By the way, where this is in Saragossa. They were hit by a big tornado years ago, but what's really close to them is Balmorhea State Park. Neither one, you haven't been there, have you?
I have not.
Roxy, have you ever been there, Balmorhea? Okay, it's like a true oasis, and I don't work for the city there, Balmorhea, but I got to give it a plug. It's like an oasis, like there's a spring, and the water's crystal clear, fish and all kinds of stuff, and it's out there in the middle of the desert.
And it's pretty big, right? It's like 1 or 2 acres.
It's like a couple of acres, yeah. It's
And
a
it's
huge
spring-fed
little
pool.
spring, right? Exactly.
In the middle of the desert, or in the middle of very dry terrain, geography,
Yes.
you know.
There's nothing much in West Texas.
But there's
some cool
that.
spot, but there is
There's
that.
that.
So if you ever wanted to go to a true oasis, Balmorhea, look it up.
Okay.
I think you'll enjoy it.
Should we do a
Balmorhea.
meteorologist road trip or something?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We should. That would be fun.
Book it. Book it.
We need another girl though. And y'all will be bonding, and I'm like, oh,
Wait, why does
I
that
think we
matter?
were just X'd out, I think, right? Did you say me and the girls?
No, I think she said we need
Another girl.
Another girl.
Oh,
because you guys.
Oh, to
will
even it out.
exclude
Yeah,
me.
to make
Okay.
4.
Just
yeah.
kidding. All right, we're going to Denver again, I believe. Yes. No more
Okay.
overseas. Okay, so they got to see about 10 to 12 inches Loveland ski area and 6 to 9 inches in the foothills. So
wow.
that's a lot of snow.
And that's spring. That's what's impressive about that. It's not impressive that they get snow there, but it's still spring and it's still snowing. That's impressive.
Well, the question is, how late in the season can it snow in Colorado? I mean, the mountains obviously offer up
I
different
haven't
weather
looked it up.
patterns, but I mean, I've went hiking at Rocky Mountain National Park, and I've seen snow there, and it was June
Yes.
when we went. But that's the higher elevations. That's a little different than
Yeah.
the city and metro areas.
Yeah, I've been to like Pikes Peak.
Yeah, me
in
too.
Colorado Springs in July.
In the
And
summer,
there's
it's
snow
really
at the top.
nice.
It's beautiful over
Oh
there.
yeah, it is really nice. Yeah. So go to Colorado. This is like go to Colorado. Go to Colorado. But
visit.
skiing is great there in Colorado. The best skiing, I think, in my opinion, is Utah. But anyway, go ski Colorado. You guys, y'all ski much?
I've done it once, and I did not take lessons, and I struggled so much.
I'm
It's
the
so
same.
hard, dude.
Yeah.
It's so difficult.
I
Yeah, you have to
love
grow
it.
up in that that world
Yeah.
in
You
snowboarding
do.
and skiing to be good at it. You can't just go once and be good at it. It takes years of practice.
Yeah, in Roxie's neck of the woods, they've got Ruidoso, which isn't too far
Yes.
away.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
true, yeah.
That's where everyone in El Paso goes.
I know.
It's like our only
I've
getaway
been there.
place is Ruidoso.
You go up the mountain,
Yep.
and you come back down the mountain to Ruidoso, and up the mountain and back
There's
down
this
the mountain.
hotel
Yeah.
called the Mountain Gods. Everybody in El Paso has gone to Mountain
Yeah.
Gods.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, no doubt. But I've got to tell you, before we go, I got to tell you about my story when I was in high school.
Okay.
Athlete, no problem. Skiing, I've seen it on TV, not a problem, right? Top of the mountain, Breckenridge, and everybody else has had lessons before. They take off. So what do? I don't know what to do. I just put my skis straight, and I am not kidding you. I went all the way down the mountain about 70 miles an hour,
Oh, no.
and then wound up in the parking lot down at
Oh,
the
in
ferry
the
bottom.
parking lot.
I mean, and then you know what I did after that?
You stopped.
I went and got lessons. Yeah, because I had no idea about any kind of turning or anything, and I almost killed myself. So,
So
get
you were
lessons.
all injured then.
Yeah.
A lot of injuries.
What are the rules? Like pizza to slow down, and you put your feet
Well,
inward and then
there's
outward.
a couple of ways. You either
Pizza
snowplow
to the-
or off to the sides,
Right, right.
edges, whatever. You just don't want to go straight and just stay like straight.
Take
Okay.
classes next summer.
Okay, so we're going to stay in Colorado, Arapahoe Basin, which is a great place. Fresh spring snow. Look at this. It's springtime and it's still snowing like that. And
Look at that guy. Yeah, hands up, hands up, baby.
right, showing off. That's the way Roxie skis.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, with the hands
First
up.
try, no lessons.
You're
No.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You move fast down those mountains.
You can
I mean,
go down fast. So anyway, we thought we would leave you with a peaceful scene from Arapahoe Basin, and you know what? We took you beyond the forecast on the radar. So we'll leave you with a peaceful scene.
Yeah, and by the way, this show is all about weather content, weather videos, and we don't want you to risk your lives to take pictures and take videos of this content, especially if it's wet, like severe weather, hail, gusty winds like that. But if you have weather video, send it to us on the radar, Ken's Weather at kens5.com. We'd love to see it, Paul and Roxie.
Okay. Yep. We want to see those videos. And you know what? We're going to see you
On the radar.
next week.